Welcome to the latest episode. I am your host with the dose, Vitamin J. Today's topic is one that is very near and dear to my heart. It is marriage. Where could I even begin? So, I'll start by simply suggesting that all of you look in the mirror and ask yourself what Dr. Rigsby said. How am I living? Because a strong marriage takes more than just traditional roles and image. It doesn't need input from anyone else, etc., etc. When two complete individuals are compatible, well, really, they don't even have to be complete. They just have to be compatible. And what people don't tend to fully understand is just how simple this can be. There's so many human beings that we're automatically compatible with however many that each of us are, just because we have very similar personalities or experiences or anything. We may or may not know the people that we are compatible with. But using my own two marriages as an example, the first one ended because somebody had to die. The second one, I don't know what exactly happened there, except I do. The full reality is that humans must grow, must improve over who we were the day before. And when people find compatible connections, they then have to work each day. We have to build each day towards a greater experience. In my first marriage, I was a Gomez because, well, we both understood just how accountable both of us were for making that a success. And no matter whatever hit, we made the most of our time. We maximized our minutes. We had arguments at times. We eventually kind of moseyed away from the arguing stuff because, well, that's what adults are supposed to do. And we figured out a union, stabilized, so to speak, grew, became better and better people. Just as best we could. And the work that goes into that is selfless. You have to be in total service, so to speak, to the other, and in that instant, you actually get much more out of life. That's true of any kind of human relationship. That's true of just period. That's what we are. The life around you is based on how you live, no matter what you believe. That's why all the time that people think they have bad luck or whatever it may be, it's not bad luck. It's a continual belief that you're the hero in your story and there's just no other way around it. Well, none of us are heroes or villains. We're just the main star in our story. So when people actually have a good relationship, be that marriage or just friendship, well, what makes a good relationship? We know how we're feeling. We know how we're being treated. And that's the point. When two people are married and when they love each other, they are supposed to be making each other's lives wonderful. They're supposed to be building themselves and each other as the relationship grows. The accountability that is present just automatically in a marriage, it should be obvious. Love is not difficult. Love truly is patient and kind. Love doesn't hurt. Love doesn't confuse. Love doesn't betray. Love doesn't self-aggrandize. That's being petty. That's ego. In my days as a police officer, I encountered numerous marriages. Sometimes I felt like I was part of the marriage because they called so many times. So that gave a pretty good indicator of what not to do. A lot of folks don't have that experience, and I understand that. A lot of folks also weren't born stoics. A lot of folks also don't have the understandings to grow through teen years focused wholly on building the life that they want. This should be so simple. I didn't make the goofy mistakes that I made later on in life in my teen years. I built everything by design, on purpose, in conjunction with family, friends, co-workers. As I've told people on the Facebook page, talk to this person, if they've all known me to be the exact me that I am, that would be the first clue. So as I sit here, having had the experiences that I have had, that's why I'm qualified to do this show. That's why I'm qualified to express just basic human anything. So kind of long story short, a successful marriage comes when both are equally committed to building the marriage. When both have goals and work towards them. No matter how many differences come up, no matter how many similarities there are, on and on and on, we're still just in the moment that we exist within. There's no way around it. Nor should there be. Why would we want there to be? When the compatibility, when the health, when the energy, when those are on point, that's a couple that will thrive. That's a couple that will lead one big happy family, multiple individual happy people, and they will just keep getting better. When incompatibility is present, perhaps like my cousin Beth, somebody will murder someone or abuse, degrade themselves repeatedly, degrade the institution, if you want to call it that, of marriage. Marriage really is just a big slumber party with your best friend. It doesn't have to have negativity, doesn't have to have incongruent lifestyles. That's not a marriage. When you have to force the relationship, that's not a marriage. That's not a friendship. That's a necessity. Somewhere within you, there is some need that you are trying to fulfill. We all understand how it's good to be treated well, and it's important to be honest and responsible. But unless you're really giving yourself a whole lot of inward reflection and focus on what you are, not what you think you are, not what you want people to believe you are, but like this right here, what you really are. It's just simple. The entirety of it is simple. Whether marriage, whether friendship, whether a job, whether anything, if it has to be forced, it inherently is work. It inherently very well may not need to even be. So if I could give the world one piece of advice based in my own experiences, as well as the knowledge, as well as the work experiences, interacting with various married couples, even some of my peers at the department. Everybody had marital issues at one point or another, and I used to tell them, man, I really must have won the lottery, because I don't have any of those gripes. We're just chill and life is good. The only reason that marriage ended was because she died. So legitimate Gomez was what was out there again. The basics of what I'm going to get at is just be honest with yourself and be honest with each other. The first part is the hard part for most. I'm the exact opposite. My friend, how I live my life out loud and unapologetically on Facebook, has the exact same kind of personality that I do. So it's very easy to see the totality of this that I have had to figure out the hard way. That we don't have to live like people believe we have to live. And I knew that already. That's what my Morticia and I were doing. It's good to be abnormal sometimes. Savor the